We're a wild and rushing stream, stronger than we might have seemed, following a single gleam. They say a single voice can fade and drown, but two can build a brand new town. 'Cause when we're lost, we'll still be found. We'll still be found, standing on a common Reach for me and see the view. I'll always be right here for you. Side by side, our aim is true. We'll make this broken wall feel new. We are more than just the sum of parts. We're a masterpiece of beating hearts. 'Cause when we're lost, we'll still be found. We'll still be found, standing on our common We'll still be found, standing on our common ground.
And hello and welcome everybody to Common Ground. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight for a show of the people, by the people, and for the people. I am
Indeed.
here with my good friend Bob Jones. Guys, it is so good to have everybody here tonight. Thank you so much for checking in with us tonight. Let us know where you're checking in from. We've got a busy show tonight. We have an hour to get through it, but we have a lovely, lovely couple on tonight as guests. And to be honest with you, Bob, it wasn't a company or two companies that I've heard of. And lucky for me, Bob is well versed, especially in Florida-owned companies, which I have come to find out. But I have learned very quickly when Bob Jones recommends somebody, you might want to go ahead and listen and give them a shot. Bob, how are you doing? And let us know a little bit about what you know and what you've got going, what you've had going on this week.
Oh, it's been a busy week. It's been a fun week. And hey, welcome to Common Ground, everyone. Good to see everybody. Get ready to just come in, sit back, take it easy, and enjoy. This is for the community. So that's why we're here. This couple, we met at a Dan C meetup in Orlando and had the chance to talk with them and kind of got a feel for what they were interested in, what they were about, and where they were coming from. And we've had some product from both Travis and Amy, and let me tell you, they make some phenomenal product. So I said to Santa Tom, I said, hey, I'd like to just bring these guys on if they'd be interested and introduce this company to the community. And Tom said, hey, let's do it. They were ready. So lo and behold, show number 2, we're about to do it.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody. We've had like 35 subscribers since the first show. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you so much. We want to do something special here and especially when we have an opportunity to bring in a couple that are dual company owners. And I'm just so excited. I don't want to get too deep into it. Bob and I had a chance to meet for the first time, and Terry at the Silent Battles Beard Classic this last weekend. We had a blast. There we are at the little meet and greet before. It's just such an honor to meet both of them. And there we are at the And if anybody wonders if it was hot out there that day, you see how Bob's dressed?
Yeah, buddy.
It was warm. it was warm, but it was well worth it. We had a blast. But hey, I had a good time, Bob. I think, as a little drive home for both of us, but well worth it. Yeah, usually I went to the Buckeye Beard Battle last year. I'm not gonna be able to make it this year because I'm being training actually down in Florida for a few weeks. So I wanted to try to hit one more this year. So anyway, it was such an honor and a pleasure meeting both you and Terry. And luckily Terry was there. She was able to help out in more ways than one. So
Indeed, and the same here. A pleasure to meet you as well, of course, and so many others. We got to meet so many makers. We got to meet so many community members. We got to meet so many competitors, and absolutely had a ball. So this is the kind of thing that you look forward to. And then on top of that, without getting into a whole lot of detail, I think it was successful for the charitable organization that we were reaching out for, and there'll be more of that information discussed over the coming days from the guys who were actually responsible for putting that show on. Of course, that's Mike, Mike,
Jeremiah. There's a lot of mics.
That's indeed. So we'll look forward to seeing those that some of you have already heard, some of you've seen, and continue to look. There'll be more information forthcoming, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's going to be some shows. We got several people in the chat that were there. I'm not going to go through the whole chat, guys. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to really go say hello. We're going to say hello to everybody because there's 40 people in the chat right now, but we do want to recognize Ughu, Chris, who's first. I think Chris is always first, or pretty much all the time. But yeah, thank you so much.
The machine is number one. The machine is number one.
Want to recognize, I see Jeff Harmon, Jim, Small Town Traditions, Stan, Brewers in here, Kenny, Big Show, got to see him and his lovely family. Brewers, got to see him. Small Town Jim, got to see him. Valahar's in here. We got quite a few people in here, guys. Thank you so much. We do want to get into our guests because their story, Bob, is so amazing to me. Travis had sent an email earlier, kind of a little breakdown of their story, and it's such an amazing story. And this is what this show is going to be all about, right? We want to do more than just talk about it, just beard products, even though that's stuff we love. We want to get to know the folks behind it, behind companies, behind what makes them tick, and what got them to where they are today. So I say, if you're ready, man, let's go ahead and bring our guest on and make it their show.
That sounds good to me, Santa Tom. Sounds good to me.
All right, guys, everybody help us welcome Travis and Amy to the show. Let me get you guys
in the house.
There we go. Nobody wants to see me. They see enough of me. There we go. How are you guys doing, Travis and Amy?
Doing fantastic. Good. We had a little technical difficulties, but here we are. We made it.
Hey, It wouldn't be a live show if you didn't have some kind of difficulty. You guys look amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being on our second show. And as a newer company, I just want to have you guys on here. Bob told me about you guys, and I got looking on both the websites, which, I'll ask you guys here in just a second about, but got to looking at it, and I'm just amazed at some of the companies that are coming up that are just doing an outstanding and amazing job. So please tell us about yourself. Tell us how you guys met. Tell us about how you got to where you are today.
Okay. Well, we met. So I'm Travis. It's my wife, Amy. We're the Beaches. And I founded Bearded Buddha. We founded them both together, but Bearded Buddha is my baby. And ZenStream Botanicals is Amy's baby. And we had the brilliant idea of doing them both at the same time, and it's been quite an undertaking to build these two companies from the ground up, from just an idea to, well, you're starting to see it start flowing. Things are starting to happen. Foundations have been built; they're still being built. We're still coming up with new ideas, and anybody that's done any of this, they know. You never short on ideas. You just short on time.
Yeah.
We met 16, well, it'd be 16 years, August 26th.
Phenomenal.
And, yeah, thank you. We met, we are a Match.com success story. So shout out to Match.com.
There you go.
Bravo.
First and last date.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's free advertisement right there.
And I didn't even have to pay the membership fee.
Oh,
So
that's how you do it.
My first 30 days trial. So I'm good. So, yeah. So that was our first and last date on that little contraption. And so we've been together ever since. And we've had some serious adventures. It's been, I can't believe it's been 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and
Sometimes we still feel like newlyweds.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I will
good.
tell you this. If you really want to test your marriage and see what it's made of, start a couple companies from nothing and see what happens.
At the same time, even.
At the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
2 websites, 2 products. Let's do it. That's not a problem.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
and we're going to get into that here in just a second. But so you met on, and would you mind telling us who this is?
Ivy Strickland.
Miss Ivy's friend of Terry's and I's.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Miss
Yeah,
Ivy, for being here. It was a new
yes.
face.
From
Thank
way
you.
back in when we were in Tennessee together, even. Yeah.
Nice. So you guys met 16 years ago, Match.com. Great intro right there. I absolutely love it. So you didn't have to pay for it. So it was obviously
I saved some good money.
cheap date, right?
Yeah.
So,
Cheap
yeah.
Eating shorties.
Right. So I love it. Well, so then you guys get to where you guys are both career. I'm very interested in your former careers, right? It's very interesting to me. So if you could touch on that, and then where you got to the point to where you both started kind of feeling the burnout maybe in your life, and then kind of the direction you took from there.
Okay. I guess I'll start that. I was in the Air Force, 91 to 95. So I'm old.
Thank you
And
for your
so that's a
service.
really long, you as well. Thank you guys. And anyone else out there who served, thank you. Yeah, so I was just a young kid and didn't know what I was doing when I got out. And somebody introduced me to CNC machining, and I was just fascinated with it. I had no idea how any of this magic happened in there. And a guy told me he would help me out and teach me how to program CNCs. And I ran with it. And so at a very young age, I was able to start programming, and I've done that most of my life. Most of my adult life, I've been a CNC programmer, manufacturer, and engineer. And so, you know, I worked my way up as engineering manager for a larger mid-size aerospace defense contractor. And then at that same company, I ended up taking over for the VP of manufacturing. And so I climbed my way up from, you know, not knowing anything to how anything worked to running the show for the most part. And probably had no business doing any of it, but did it anyway. And so it started taking its toll with the amount of stress and expectations and the hours. And I had 80 some odd people that reported to me at some point. And it, you know, at one point I wanted it. That's what I dreamed of. And then at another point, it was like a nightmare, you know, basically for me. And it's my personality. I can't juggle the balls and have any of them drop without only focusing on the ones that dropped.
Right.
You know, so some people can handle that. My old boss, he was just, you know, he was just happy-go-lucky. Everything's fine. Not me. Everything's, the sky's falling. And so anyway, it took its toll. And so I started looking for different ways to deal with that. And one of those ways was finding meditation and mindfulness, and learning how to put a speed bump between what's coming at you and how you react to it. And that changed my life. Everything's been better since. So Yeah. So, and that all started. I sent you the email that, and we talked about the show Minimalism. It's
Right.
called a documentary about
The important
the
things.
important things, and that was 2017, and that changed everything. I can tell you right now that documentary was the most important thing I've seen in my adult life. That's changed how I live. It introduced me to meditation. It introduced me to mindfulness, minimalism. And you can't tell today by this shelf you see here, but at one point in time, there was only like 3 things on that shelf. And when we went through our journey, and but anyway, it helps clean out the clutter mentally, physically, financially, and that's how we look at life now. It's through a minimalist lens. And when we came up with these companies, the name ZenStream was a name that we use for a engineering consulting business that I did for a while. And when this started becoming too much, I shut that down and focused on this. So we stole ZenStream and turned it into ZenStream Botanicals. I just thought it was a great name. Amy just came up with it one day on the beach. So, it's a
That's
made up
awesome.
word. So, what's better than a made up word, right? So,
especially on the beach.
yeah. Yeah. As we're sitting on the beach, we're like, what
That's
can we,
it. Yeah.
what can we call it? So anyway, so that's how we got started, and that's why it's ZenStream, and that's why it's Bearded Buddha. It's just a nod to that very important point of our lives. It's changed everything.
Okay. And Amy, I believe you were also involved in the military in some way.
Right. I didn't serve, but I served those who have served. Hey, Lauren. That's my BFF right there.
Lauren.
Thank you.
So I worked for the VA for 25 years, and
Bless you.
I had every intention of finishing the 30 years, and I loved it and didn't love it at the same time. It was hard work, but I always worked with great people. The teams that I worked for, the mission, what we stood for, what we were working towards. It was a very rewarding career, but it burned me out. I mean, he had reached his level of burnout before me. At that time, I was kind of in a transition between certain jobs, and I wasn't feeling the pinch yet. Then after he left his pressure what? Skillet, then it was my turn. And so he had gotten more into the sales space. I had gotten into a leadership role, and it was a lot. So I started leaning the minimalism journey. We saw the documentary. We started minimalizing not just things, but our lifestyle, everything, to kind of make space for what's important. And it translated into so many different areas of our life, and it transformed us. Tying back to one documentary, there are many different people featured on that documentary that we kind of lean into what they were offering and read their book, and and so it became a part of our life, and it became a way for us to kind of manage the stress of life, the heavy of life. And so I started getting into aromatics. I'd use aromatherapy to help relax. It was like one of many tools. Like there was meditation, yoga, walking, nature, all the things, just to kind of deal with the stress, because the stress was real. Like it just is. So 2025, a lot of changes in the government. I was offered an opportunity to retire early, which I never thought would ever happen. And it was good timing because I was having some physical issues. I was very burnout. And I was already not so sure how I could do another 5 years, but I was going to do it. And then I got the opportunity, and I took it with no plan. There was no plan. I was leaving, and he supported me. It was a hard choice. We lost, a lot of financial security that we had. And I was retired for 2 months. And then this idea happened on a weekend trip to go visit one of our kids.
She was living the good life for 2 months.
My house was so clean. The little nooks and crannies, the things you never find time for, you just kind of like act like it doesn't exist. they were getting taken care of.
Yeah.
It was
The
wonderful.
laundry fairy was here, like everything.
The
was
laundry
happening.
fairy was here. It was fantastic.
And
The
then
kitchen junk drawers. Did you get the kitchen junk drawers?
oh yeah,
Everything,
oh
man.
you don't even know.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I had this plan. I was going to get into gardening. I've never been good at that. So when I retired, that was the gift I got from my old team. They gave me a bunch of stuff. I was ready. I got the plants. I went to Lowe's, the whole thing. And I was trying to fill that time. And, and it was really strange because I came up with the idea to create some aromatic gifts for my former colleagues. It went from that to within 48 hours, no kidding, on a road trip to coming up with the idea of doing these companies. And it was, to me, like, I'm not a risk taker. Obviously, I worked for the government for 25 years.
Right.
And it was just a universal nudge, like, you're going to do this. And by the time we came back from that weekend, I was enrolled for my certification as aromatherapist.
And working 100 hours a week.
And we had raw materials waiting for us at the door. And we got back from that weekend trip. And that's it. We just started doing it. And doing it is one thing, but me doing it, my personality, that was a shocker for me. Because I think our friends and family are probably still looking at us like, what are you doing?
They're still doing that.
You're still doing that?
You're still doing that?
We're doing that.
They mistook that for a hobby, did they?
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these kids. What are they doing now?
Amy's lost her mind.
Let me ask you something. Because a certified aromatherapist. Now, what does that entail? What's involved in that? And how much does that play into, I mean, obviously what you do, but what Travis does as well? Does that kind of lean into what he's doing as well?
Well, I mean, when you go through a course, there's many out there. A lot of them are online these days. And so I chose one that was recognized by NAHA, the organization behind aromatherapy. And so that it was a reputable school. It was an online self-paced. And they go through the safety. They go through a lot of the chemical. The chemistry part was my least favorite. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, okay.
There's chemistry involved.
There's actual chemistry.
What?
And it is very, very complex. So I learned so much. And the class was delivered beautifully. I went through it quickly because at the same time we had hurricane repairs being done in our house, and I was confined to my bedroom for a month because my house was torn apart. So I had nothing to do but stay in my room and just jam through this class. So it's normally takes like 6 months. I got through it in a couple months. And there's, quizzing, and you do case studies at the end where you do, real life. He had a particular thing on his skin, and so and different people that I know with different issues, and I take the skills that I learned and put together formulas to try to help with those things. So I started out primarily aromatherapy for me, and so obviously a lot of this knowledge transferred to him. Safety things that we all need to understand if you're putting anything on your face. You have a lot of guidelines. You have to watch that, and so we're very mindful of everything that we create. We're making sure that it's safe, and we do use that knowledge. We
won't burn your face off.
Won't burn your face.
That's our tagline. We won't burn your face off.
Thank you.
Amy and Travis,
you won't lose your beard.
Let's talk about that for a second, because we recently did a poll, which we asked. We're going to start asking polls on our YouTube channel. And the poll was, in a nutshell, what is more important in a skin or a beard product? Scent, price, or carrier blend? Now, for me personally, it's carrier blend, but it was overwhelmingly by 10% with 51 votes, scent profile. Now, explain to people how important. I know IFRA is out there. It's not a law. It is a good standard to go by, but explain to us why that is so important in skin and beard products.
Okay, well, if you ever run into a situation, someone decides to sue you, and you're not abiding by the IFRA standards that are called out there, you're going to have a tough time winning that one in court. So that, and look, when you get these products, unless you test them yourself, you got to go with what the certs are from the manufacturer. There's, these are the experts. This has been done. Someone paid a lot of money to get all this stuff certified and let you know how to use it properly. I think you would be really foolish to not adhere to those standards. I think you're taking a big risk. These little companies we all have, these little small batch companies, no one's just swimming in money here. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of your time that you're never going to get paid back for. It's a very passionate thing. And if you're taking risk with those IFRA standards and you're exceeding them, you're just asking for it, because everybody's face is different, man. I mean, you may run into someone that has fair skin and you exceeded that IFRA standard and you lit their face on fire and they have a big rash and they take you to court. I don't know. I mean, you might as well get your checkbook out.
So you feel like whether it's actually a law or an enforceable law, it is a standard that might hold up in a liability suit.
I would think so. If I'm a
Okay.
lawyer,
We're not taking that.
That's okay.
Right.
I hope you never know.
I think like most people, and I don't want to speak for Bob, but for most people, when I first came into the beard game, I wanted the strongest. I wanted something that was going to last 2 days if I put it in, right?
Yeah.
That's not so important to me anymore. Yeah. What's important to me is the health of not just my beard, but the skin underneath my beard, right? And which has opened doors into more natural things, the natural deodorants, the natural soaps. I wasn't into all that, Bob, before I got, into the bearded community and started learning. We saw a picture. In fact, I'm going to go through some pictures here, but we saw a picture with you, and I'm just going to scroll over here real quick. And the handsome gentleman standing next to you right there, and to start, listening to him and watching some of the videos of him talking about that kind of thing is kind of what got me, to that point. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, that's a great question. And back to your poll, I would say from a maker standpoint, it's carrier. Starts with your carrier. If you don't have a good carrier, forget it. But then scent, and some people are going to say, probably the consumer may say scent. I think. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. That was me. Sorry.
I would say scent. Well, scent drives everything in this little niche that we're in. So if you don't have good scent, you're never going to sell it. No one's ever going to know about how great your carrier is. So that they run parallel, but. The fun part's making the scent.
You can do both.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you can't have both.
Yeah, we try to do both.
That's what we do.
I think that's the ultimate in beard care, the having of both.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And here is the poll right there, so everybody can see. It's 40. When looking at a new beard product, what do you look for first? Scent profile was 49%. Price was 12%, believe it or not, which I think is about right. I don't think people mind paying a little bit for a quality beard product or skin product, and carrier blend was 39%. So Bob and I were a little shocked that it was, I think that it was
10%. I thought, I was surprised to say the least. Yeah. That scent profile would be that important in so many people's mind.
Well, thank you for doing that poll, because now I can use that data when I'm creating. So
there you go.
I guess.
Well, we want to encourage everybody to join in on those polls, or anytime any company or somebody does a poll, because it'll give us ideas on, like this right here, things to talk about and ask about people that are really dive deep into this kind of subject. We do have a couple things. Chris, I did share. Chris says, Travis, what kind of materials? I guess I'm assuming he was talking about the CNC business.
Yep.
What kind?
Yep. Everything. We a lot of aluminum down here when I first got here. Inconel, titanium, steels, all different flavors. 304 stainless, 316 stainless, 303, 347, 321, 329. These are all numbers. If Chris, if you're in the trade, you know what I'm talking about. And right now, Inconel down here in Florida seems to be king. And I'm still in the trade. I'm on the different side of the aisle now. Now I got the privilege of being a manufacturer's rep for a carbide cutting tool company. And so now I'm involved in projects all over the state. And right now, Inconel is king in titanium down here. When I first got here, here's our chief Zen officer, by the way. He wanted to come.
We need to introduce the CEO.
CZO.
He's our CZO. This is Maverick.
Zen officer.
He keeps it Zen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
This is Maverick. This is
This
my
is
boy.
Maverick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's a good
love
boy.
it, and we might as well get to some of these pictures. What I love is the charisma that Maverick has. You know, just the personality, and I love the little Zen meditation image. Absolutely love it. And probably my favorite one is this one right here, where he's just got his head turned, looking up at the camera. That's fantastic.
That was a good day for Maverick. Everybody was there to see Maverick, and
We got invited to the after party because of him.
Yeah, we were in Asheville, and we were on vacation, and we took Maverick. And Asheville's a very dog friendly state, or city, and we took him into all these bars and all these restaurants. I don't drink anymore, but I love to go out and socialize and talk. As Bob knows, it's hard to get us off the phone when we're talking. But when I go in there and you got Maverick, and he was just a star, and we got invited to after parties, and we got phone numbers and Instagrams and all kinds of stuff just because Maverick was hanging out.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
He's a good boy.
And Jim, do you have links to your sites? Got them scrolling at the bottom, and I also did put them in the chat as well. Bob, what do you have, sir?
On?
Any questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, guys.
There he goes.
All right. So now we're getting into the company. All right. So you guys decided to open up, like you said, and just you want to kind of get away from the stresses of life. So you did what most people probably would not recommend, and that is starting not just a company, but two companies.
Yeah. We wanted a real challenge.
There you go. I absolutely love it. And so now let's talk about that for a little bit, and then I want to get into. I know you have a new release that just come out today. I do have it. Bob has it, and I'm very excited about it. I did receive your products actually yesterday, and I'm wearing. I had to ask Bob before the show how to pronounce. I knew when I saw it I wanted. In fact, I reached out to Travis before I ordered it. Said because it was out of stock. I said, when will this be back in stock? I'd really like this one. And one of my favorite, and I know I get a lot of, I don't want to say hate, but I get a lot of eyebrows raised when I say this. Probably one of my favorite scents is just a simple sandalwood vanilla scent. To me, it's so relaxing. And I've got that in Namaste. And guys, I'm going to tell you what, if you just like a good sandalwood vanilla scent, my wife wanted to take it from me as soon as she smelled it. So I told her, can I at least wear some of it and do a review on it? Yeah. And so go ahead and talk to us about the starting of the companies and where you guys are at right now and what your goal is, ultimately for both of these companies.
Okay, I'll start. Let's see. How do I want to start this? So right now, we've been building. So when we first started, I started selling some product last year. I wouldn't call myself officially in business until probably April. What's up, Johnny? Johnny's awesome. If anyone's seen that awakening reel he did for me, I mean, that is first class work, man. And I can only imagine how long that took. So thank you so much. Anyway, I forgot train of thought. The company has so many. If anyone that's done this knows, there's so much to build on the bottom. There's a foundation to build. There's websites. There's What bottles are we going to use? What theme are we going to have? What do we want to be? Who are we as a company? You kind of need to have a vision, and some people might throw some things in a bottle, and that's fine. That's one way to get going. The other is, I want to have a direction. And if you look at all my scent profiles and names of things, they're all nods to this kind of lifestyle that we try to live. And I'm trying to infuse some of that into the brand and share it with other men or other people that may not be familiar with this kind of thing. I'm by no means a monk, and I'm not on any path to enlightenment, but it is a tool for me that I just wanted to share with other people. And if, hey man, it might spark an interest, and then you might go, what's this about? And next thing you know, you're meditating and it changes your life, or brings you a little bit of peace, or maybe makes your day better, anything at all. And so all those names, that one that Tom has there is called Namaste Bearded. And Amy come up with that name, I believe. She comes up with all the good names, matter of fact. And so that one comes down to, hey, man, you need to shave, right? And the question is, hey, when are you going to shave that beard? And your answer is, nah, I'm going to stay bearded, man. It's all good. Anyway, so Sandalwood Vanilla, that was a funny one because it's such a basic, tried and true scent. And I don't see a lot of people doing it these days. There's some out there that do. But I wanted a scent that was, if you don't know anything about all these profiles and these, what's jasmine smell like, and what's this and what's that, what sandalwood and vanilla smell like, and it's tried and true. And if you can't figure out anything else that fits you, that might be a good one to try. So, and a funny story about that blend, of all the blends I've done and all the hours I've lost doing that has been one of the most difficult blends to nail down. I was telling Bob that, as simple as it sounds for me, and the twist that I wanted on it, because Tom, you can probably attest that it's not your typical sandalwood vanilla. It's a little different. It's got a little spice in there. There's a little tobacco in there, a little hint of tobacco, and it's a little darker. It's a little more luxury kind of feel. And so, yeah, I'm a monk. That is great. And I'm a punk monk. That's my term. And so anyway, that's what I did. And I finally was able to get it. And I think it's done for once. I think I can put that on the shelf and call it. Hopefully your feedback and everybody that's using it, that it can stay the way it is, because I'm really kind of tired of messing with it, to be honest with you. But I love it. And right now it's one of my most, all my scents, I wear it all the time. So I know I was long-winded, but where do we want to go? We want to be a full-on grooming company. So for Bearded Buddha, I played with men's grooming company. I called it Beard Company. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I didn't want to pigeonhole into beard, even though that's primarily what we are, right? But in the future, I want to develop pomades. I want to have face oils, which is nice because she makes face oil and I can use it for mine. So there's a lot of things we want to do. And if Pud's in here somewhere, I can't see the chat, he'll appreciate that, because if anybody's looks at Pud's profile, you'll see his routine is quite extensive, and he's got all these things that Bearded Buddha eventually kind of wants to touch on. We want to have more in the game than just our typical beard care thing, and it's fine. I love it. That's our roots, and that's what we're going to be. But we want to have a little bit more to offer. So, well,
Kenny asked that. There you go. And Bob's got a body wash there.
Low state.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah,
Jenny.
Some really class looking,
thank you,
upscale, beautiful, and phenomenally scented. Man, phenomenally scented. I did the beard wash this morning. And I think since then you've come out with the conditioner as well, right?
Yep. Conditioners online. We got 4 body washes, beard washes, and conditioning. That it's a whole kit. So there's a basic bundle kit right now. That is let me see. It's a beard wash, conditioner, and oil that is all matching scents. And then we also, in those bundles, we have matching body washes. So that's 4 of those. And the Awakening and Flow State are all essential oil blends. And Amy created Flow State, as a matter of fact. That's her baby. And that's kind of our flagship. When we're at markets and stuff, we sell more Flow State probably than anything.
That is awesome. Like I said, when Bob told me, he's mentioned companies that there's so many newer companies I just haven't even heard of. I'm so glad that he mentioned you guys. Kenny did ask, you kind of touched on this a little bit. Have y'all ever thought about combining both companies?
Well, Amy, you want to talk about ZenStream for a minute?
Yeah, I'll talk about ZenStream and
I'll answer you. I talked to Kenny the other day too.
Okay.
So for me, ZenStream, again, I was going to make aromatherapy products. I use them in one way. I might use them for box breathing. I might use them while I'm meditating or in a yoga class, but you learn real quick. Not everybody's sitting around box breathing and doing that kind of thing. And so I
very disappointing.
I kind of changed. I went through a complete shift earlier this year, which needed to happen. And I'm so glad it did, where I went into botanical skincare rooted in aromatherapy.
Nice.
And this is my real love. This is what I found. This was a natural progression for me, and I love it. And I don't want a bunch of SKUs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want everything intentional. I don't want people to have decision fatigue. I want the ingredient list to be understood. I want it to be natural. I want it to be comfortable. I want those aromas when you're using it, where you can be present with yourself and not be like another chore of your day. I love nothing more than putting on my oils and using all my products. When I'm at a hotel or something, if I don't have these things, it's not okay.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
But I just love the simplicity of it. So for me, that's where I'm heading, where it's face, body, and aromatherapy. I don't intend to have a ton of SKUs where people are overwhelmed with too many choices. I really want to keep it simple, where our shelf is minimal, and that's part of what causes us stress. And especially most women that walk into a Sephora or an Ulta store, it's overwhelming, and they offer everything. And I think sometimes just less is more. And for me, where I see ZenStream going is, I don't have any real expectations. I am feeling this. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. And I'm going to keep doing it while it feels this way for me. I do have one thing I want to do, kind of a passion project kind of thing, is I really want to get into some botanical perfumes. I'm dabbling with zero training. I'll be taking classes down the road when I actually have a minute. But that to me, it's just fun. And I enjoy it so much. I would do this just as a hobby. So
we'd give it away if we could.
Yeah, I just love it. So for me, I don't have any real grand plans. I'm just going with what feels right. And right now, this all feels right. And to the question that was asked about combining, he'll chime in on this too, but from my perspective, if we reach a point where it's just not sustainable to keep at the pace running 2 brands, and it requires a shift to where one of them, whatever, has to kind of be off to the side, maybe just a line of it underneath one on cruise control. Mm. I'm open to that, because we don't know what the future holds. We don't know where we're going to be in a year. We don't know where we're going to be in 5 years, but I don't carry any expectations on anything. I feel like life just shows you the way, and you trust it. And if it feels right, you do that. That's where I'm at with maybe combining. Right now we're hanging in. So
yeah. So Kenny, real quick. So combining them. So if I'm being honest, the real reason that there's 2 companies is because Amy's very creative and I'm very creative. And I do. That's a good, we should do some giveaways. We should have done that. So I had my way of wanting to do some things with Amy's ZenStream, and I just kept getting rebuffed. I get out of here with that. And then so I was like, well, I'm going to do my own thing. How about that? And so that's where we kind of do our own thing. And so, like I said, Bearded Boot is my baby. ZenStream's her. And we stay in our lane. And I will tell you this, is talking about running a business as a couple and 2 businesses that are unique brands. We have learned, because early on there was a little bit of friction about how I may be doing something or the direction I'm taking it or whatever I'm doing at the time. Doesn't matter. And or me or her, I should say. And so we had to have a talk like, look, this is mine, this is yours. So these are our lanes, and we have opinions, and they're just opinions. And they shouldn't be strong opinions. Like, you shouldn't get upset that I'm not doing something the way you want to do it. This is my baby, right? And so we've learned that we just stay out of each other's way. So if you're doing that, and I think there's a better way of doing it, and I don't like that bottle, or I don't like that label, or whatever it may be, doesn't matter what I think. You do what you got to do, and I'm okay with it, and she's okay with whatever I do.
And sometimes, a lot of times, what happens is, I'll express it because we don't not express it at some level. We're going to share. This is my opinion, but you do you. And so sometimes, that's it. It ends, and we go do the way we want to, and it works out just fine. And other times, we'll go sit on that a little bit, and then, then
I'll be like, I hate to admit it, but I think she's right.
She's right. He's right. Like, yeah, that's how we got to do it now. And
okay.
So that happens a lot, but it also happens to where it is what it is. And, we had that little friction in the earliest days, and we saw the writing on the wall real quick.
We figured it out.
We need to, because we're both passionate about this.
Yes.
And we're very different. I mean, very masculine, very feminine. Like, we're coming from 2 different places.
Two perspectives. Yep.
He's a rugged, he's
right. Bob,
Bob,
he snuck on earlier, and I don't think he knew anybody was on. He didn't have his shirt on. I'm gonna tell you, he's all masculine, man. He's a masculine dude, man.
I'm like, whoa, there's somebody in here.
And I'm married, and I'm comfortable with my masculinity. And yeah, but so we do.
Hello. Had pants on. That could have been a lot worse.
Does this thing work? Oh, hey.
We do have a few questions I would like to get to really quick.
Yeah.
Chris Crunk asked, what is the best method to reach out to Bearded Buddha? On the website, I do know there is a contact section. Mm-hmm. Is that the best way, or is there another best way to get a hold of you?
There's one email address. It's travis@beardedbuddha.net. And
Okay.
Yeah, you can reach out there. Instagram's cool.
Chris from True North would like to know, how did you find this community?
Dan C, very similar. And started watching his videos, and I was like, man, who is this guy? He sure knows a lot about beards. And I was just fascinated with it. And, what a cool guy. And what a great flagship. I mean, honestly, guys, I and Dan and Chris North and everybody and yourselves, it starts with the leaders at the top. This community is unique, and I think all of us who are involved in it would agree with it. It's been great. I've made a lot of friends. And I think it starts with that attitude. Dan C being at the top of the pile for the most part in this world. I mean, he's the godfather of this, and y'all have this great attitude, and it permeates from the top down. And if there was nobody at the top, I don't know what this would be like. It might be like every other little niche where it's very competitive, very cutthroat. It's not like that here. I've watched Chris's live feeds all the time. I'm always popping in there. I talked to Jose at Beard Sage, Vero from Valahar. We've been in contact quite a bit. Just so many people. These are competitors, and but it's good competition. Everybody's cool. I haven't ran into really anybody that's been less than helpful. I mean, it's been great, and I'm not going to, nobody's going to, I haven't had anybody cross boundaries and ask too deep of questions, and I would never do that either. Other than I've jokingly asked Chris for his beard butter recipe, but I still am waiting on that.
Yeah, you'll be waiting too, I imagine.
I think I'm just going to be waiting a while, but
But a mutual respect.
Yeah.
That's that's what everyone needs. A mutual respect. Yep.
Yeah, and there's these giants, and I'm going to shout out Chris at True North. He's got a great company and a great following, and these other ones that are kind of on my same trajectory. We've got
that's Miss Terry, by the way. Yep.
Yep. Hi, Miss Terry.
These the laundry balls, right?
Absolutely.
What was I going to say? The others that are on the same trajectory, and there's a lot of them that come out, and some fall. I see some companies that have been very loved. I saw EDC close their doors. Not sure why, but anyway, there's, and then another one comes up, right? It's just an ebb and a flow, but I know that Jose and Vero and myself, at least the three of us, timing's about the same. It's pretty close. I mean, Vero's and Dario have been in for a year. Jose just started not long ago. Me too, really. I mean, my website went on, and you'll get a kick out of this, some of you. My start date of my website was 4/20. So if we're going to put a date on my anniversary, it will be 4/20. So pretty easy to remember for anyone who knows anything about that date. We'll be celebrating.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary. So, but anyway, so we're all on the same trajectory, and so far we've been. If anybody, I've talked to Jose, I've been texting with Vero online, and it's been great. But the community is awesome, and I got nothing but respect for everybody in it. It's great. I saw a question. Yeah,
Jeff
I do that, man. Absolutely. The GovX thing. It comes down to bandwidth. What I'm going to prioritize for the day. And man, I'll tell you, sometimes it's like, I just don't have the time to do it today, but that is something that's very important to me, and I will get that going. Yeah.
Right. And Bishop would like to know, what is your best seller scent on Bearded Buddha? And he also had another question after that said, what would you recommend?
Best seller for Bearded Buddha has been Awakening. And that is the all essential peppermint, rosemary, lavender, cedar blend.
Good.
It's one of my favorites. It's so refreshing, especially in the heat of this Florida heat. I mean, it gives you some fresh relief. It's, you can't go wrong with those blends like that. It's been an easy one to digest, and everybody recognizes peppermint and rosemary. It's fantastic.
Good.
So, and what would I recommend? Right now, man, I got to lean into Nirvana. Nirvana was one of the first blends that I created that I felt proud of at the time, but I have reblended it, and I think it's better. What do you think, Bob? You've tried it today.
It's an amazing scent. I still have to get it in beard. I just got the new pack in yesterday, and I went with Awakening today as well. So yeah,
it's a good one, especially in the morning. And if you use the body wash, the beard wash, the conditioner, the oil, it's like, whoo, let's go. Let's do it.
And speaking of, I have Amy's body wash, the Awaken. Yeah, the Awaken. Yep. And I want to say, we're a house divided here on this subject, as we are on a few. You guys can relate, I'm sure. But Terry is a bar soap lady. I am a body wash person. If you like body washes, this made by an aromatherapist, it's scented by an aromatherapist, this hits differently. I can't say that enough.
Thank you.
Travis and I were talking today about just, using anything that you can have a nice wash that's unscented. The experience, though, is in the scent.
Yep.
And man, I'm going to tell you, this lady
That's a favorite.
knows how to create scent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
No,
appreciate it.
it's seriously a whole new level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a sensory experience. It's also
It is.
an emotional experience, grounding experience. And, everybody's always busy and we rush through this stuff. And I think,
Enjoy it.
yeah, take a minute and enjoy the work that went into this product.
Yep.
and enjoy this moment while you're in there. It's sometimes it's the only peace you can find is in the shower. So take
It's
advantage of
back and 2 or 3 extra minutes of just being there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
Some of you'll remember the old Calgon. Oh, take me away.
Yeah.
ZenStream.
Will do that.
Yeah.
I love it. Bob turning into Johnny Z making a commercial right here.
Yeah. Right on.
Prime time. We got one last question, guys, and then we are going to introduce your new drop today. What other brands or companies do y'all gain inspiration from?
So do you want to answer that, or do you want me to?
I'll just mine is kind of quick. A lot of local private makers that do a lot of really great work. A big company that, one of my earlier roll-ons was inspired by, I think they pronounce it Sage, S-A-J-E, but they're huge. They do a lot of beautiful aromatherapy type stuff, but they're not so much into botanical skincare as they are into aromatherapy. But I look to them a lot. And I look at a lot of small makers, really, that a lot of people haven't heard of, even through my school, and a lot of the materials and things and guidance I got from them. It's some of the most beautiful products. We're just so saturated as women with so many choices, and it's so hard to, we're buying the stuff off of the Target shelf or the Amazon or whatever, and we're missing out. Like, the best stuff is really made from those local private makers that you never hear of and you don't know about. So I get a lot of inspiration when I'm at markets, and I'll pick something up, or at a boutique somewhere, try something different, and I get inspired a lot. There is another big company that Eminence, they're Hungarian, and they're real high end and largely, I think, organic. A friend of mine is an esthetician, and so I still use it. I mean, I have it because I've purchased it, but I look to them, and some of the things that I develop, but I do it in a much simpler way than they do. But that's a big one for me.
Yep. You want to pet that dog?
Pet that dog. Travis.
So for me, I'm going to shout out a couple here. Right now, I can't thank Chris North enough, and Tara, and Weatherbeard as well. I look at their husband and wife teams as well, and I'm amazed at what they're capable of doing. Chris and Tara's product is phenomenal. They have an amazing following. What they've built is really incredible. So as an owner and a 2-person team, I look to those guys, and I try to keep my blinders on for some of the others because I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with some of these guys that are releasing new stuff every couple, 2-3 weeks. And it gives me anxiety. So it's like, hey man, just relax. You're one dude. You work a day job.
Right.
Yes.
So do what you can do. And, look to the guys that are doing it well, and who have been doing it for a while. True North is solid. Weatherbeard's solid. Who else am I forgetting? I'm leaving someone out.
You're leaving someone out. I can't.
Oh God.
A lot.
Yeah.
Valahar is a husband and wife team.
Oh, Valahar, yeah, Dario and Vero. All these guys. I got respect, and I've told Bob, we're standing on the shoulders of these giants, and if I can learn anything from them and perform as well as them, then Johnny Ray, they're a great company as well.
Nate and Hannah,
a whole nother level, man. I got great respect for that presentation. I'm like, how did they do that? Oh my God. But anyway, so for me, that's that. Yeah.
Well, we are coming. That's great stuff, guys. I do really quickly want to come. This hour goes by so fast. I'm telling you. But I do want to talk about your new drop. Okay.
Yep.
Could you tell everybody about what you've got coming, what you had come out today?
Oh, so today, officially, today, we're doing our 6 Cents Discovery Set drop. So, and I've been posting about it a little bit here and there, but today is its official launch date. We've got them for sale on the site for $15, and it's a 1 ounce worth of beard oil. It gives you 6 different scent profiles to choose from, so you can try all these scents that we offer. The 6 that I have samples in, I should say. And anyway, I mean, it doesn't get any more cute than those little Buddhas in there. Right?
Hey, that's $15 for an ounce of oil.
You gotta buy it.
$15. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta buy it just for the cute factor, man. Come on, right? And I've got Sophisticas in there, and so Sophistica, if anybody saw the post, that little guy, let's see if I can get him up here, and hopefully you can see him. I don't know. If you go look at JB when he's got a braid in, that's about what he looks like in his suit. So that
inspiration.
That label was inspired by JB. So thank you, JB. Actually, Baba, one of these guys, let's see, which one is it? The new Nirvana. If you look at your Nirvana, he's got a little bobbed off beard. They're all different. I try to make them all different if you haven't noticed. And he's got a little bobbed off beard, and I took that from you. And yours is way longer, but the straight cut, I love that. And some of these other guys, anyway, it's fun. That gives people a chance to try what we offer with a little commitment, because I know it's hard. I've done it. I've bought stuff off people's site, and I'm like, that one's not for me. Shoot, I just spent $24 on that. So now you can spend a little bit of money. I'm going to keep them $15 for a while. Get some people introduced to what we're doing. If you see me out in the wild, I probably hand you a couple of them, because I always got a pocket full of these things. So
asking what the carrier is.
Carrier blend real quick.
Okay, carrier blend. My carrier blend is meadowfoam seed, jojoba, argan, sweet almond, evening primrose, and apricot kernel. So those top 3 heroes there, we've all heard of them. So you can load up on this stuff, and you won't end up with a greasy beard. It will soak in. I use it all over, man. It's tattoo oil, it's face oil. I use it everywhere, but it will not leave you greasy. Those meadowfoam seeds and jojoba oils mimic your skin's natural sebum, and it won't leave you greasy. Matter of fact, most of the time you don't even have to wipe your hands. It just ends up soaking right in. So you can't beat it. I love it.
Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Bob, I'm gonna give you the last question, last word, then before we give Travis and Amy the last word.
There you go. Guys, I can't thank you enough for coming and just being with us. And that's what we want to say as we carry on and with our program here into the future. We're just looking to bring the community onto higher and common ground.
Love it.
Love that.
That's it, man.
Life's short, grow a beard.
That's 100%. A fact, brother.
These might be for sale soon, by the way.
And then buy good product to take care of it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, Travis and Amy, it was such a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for allowing us to come into your home, talk to us a little bit about yourself, letting the community get to know you more. Guys, visit beardedbuddha.net, ZenStreamBotanicals.com, and make sure you check them out. Like Travis said earlier, there's so many options out there. We all want to support small batch companies. I know every one of us do, and it can get a little overwhelming sometimes. I have tried these products. I've wore this morning and this afternoon or this evening, and absolutely love it. Guys, any last comments, any last words you'd like to say?
No, I just thank you guys so much for doing this. And we're very honored to come on and be in your second show. And when you made this announcement, I know our whole community was like, yes, so yeah, this is a great show. There's a lot of good ones on here, but man, you know, Tom, you're pro level. Bob, you are too. And I can't say enough good things about these Southern voices. I love them, and I want you to do audio books. And it's fantastic. So it's an honor to be on here. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been great. Thank you.
Well, thank you, guys. Until next show, we appreciate each and every one of you coming and joining us. Allow us in your home on a Thursday evening and spending an hour of your time with us. Don't forget, there's some great shows on after us, so make sure you check them out. Take care of one another. Take care of yourself, most of all, so that you can take care of everybody else around you. Bob, thank you, sir. I'm so honored to have you as a friend, man. And Terry, Travis, and Amy, and is it the CZO you said?
The Chief Zen Officer.
The
Chief Zen Officer.
Don't you feel
he's so
zen?
Maverick in the house. Yep.
Beautiful, Maverick. You have a wonderful night, guys. Until next time, thank you so much. And we will see you guys on the